Okay, Donald Trump taking on pop icon Taylor Swift after she endorsed Kamala Harris after last week's debate. Trump not mincing words. He posted this, quote, "I hate Taylor Swift," end quote. The Harris campaign is obviously embracing the endorsement.
Here's my life hack for all of you, all the guys out there, whatever. Here's my life hack. Surround yourself with smart women and listen to them, and you'll do just fine. That includes my fellow cat owner, Taylor Swift. It's really great to have all of these women help us beat the smallest man in the world, Donald Trump.
All right, panel's back. Sir Michael Singleton, the wisdom of saying, "I hate Taylor Swift."
You know what? I actually went to Truth Social to read some of the comments from people on there. And I was surprised. A lot of Trump's followers were saying, "What in the hell are you doing? This isn't really necessary. Just ignore her. Talk about the policies." I mean, these are people who love the former president and follow him. I agree with that commentary and advice. It's just not necessary. I mean, we were talking here during the break about some of the advantages for Trump and disadvantages for Vice President Harris. And I do think he has a strong case to make on some issues where that 16% of people in some states or 10% in other states are saying, you know what, look, I'm not necessarily sure I want to vote for Harris. I want to hear more from Trump on policies. This doesn't help, Casey.
Megyn, I mean, it does. Like, it's interesting to me because I feel like other Republicans have actually been really careful not to like insult Taylor Swift, even if they are like discounting. Like, here's J.D. Vance, for example, who, as you know, our previous segment shows, not really afraid of saying things that will spark controversy. Here's what he said about Swift. Let's watch.
We admire Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans.
So he says, perhaps fairly, she's a billionaire. She lives a different life than other people. But he does say, we admire Taylor Swift's music. And Matt Gaetz was in the spin room after the debate saying that he likes Taylor Swift's music, doesn't like her politics. That seems to be a way to thread this needle that Donald Trump is now all of a sudden like he can't not go there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also saw after she posted her endorsement for the vice president that over 400,000 people went to the site to register to vote. I mean, that's a large number of people that all of a sudden she's activating, and we still have 5 weeks left or 6 weeks left of the campaign where it's just more people, and the more you are just drumming up hatred for her, the more her supporters are going to register to vote and get involved. So it seems a little odd that he can't figure out how to thread the needle here, that his ego is that fragile.
Alex Thompson, I mean, this is one of these things too where you never want to raise something that I guess I'm now thinking about this post in the context of what we then saw happen later on in the day yesterday. Violence has become a part of this election cycle. And when you say that you hate someone, and it's clear that there are people in the real world that are willing to take action on your behalf, even like when it's just words from you, this ends up being in the real world. And there was a terrorist threat against a Taylor Swift concert in Austria. It seems like maybe everybody should be steering clear of rhetoric like this, period.
Yeah, but I would not bet on that the last 6 weeks of the election. The fact is that the rhetoric is likely to get more angry and more potentially toward political violence these next 6 weeks than less. We are really marching into a tinderbox these next 6 weeks, and the fact is that there's a significant chance of political violence on every side here. The FBI has also has said there's blaring red lights in terms of violence going on. And the one thing I was just going to add to your guys' conversation about Trump is just unable psychologically of letting any slight, real or perceived, to ever go unanswered. And this has been something that's been going on for 9 years. And you saw Kamala Harris really use that to great effect during the debate, whether or not it was talking about his crowd rally sizes or even the fact that she cited, University of Pennsylvania experts to contradict him. And Donald Trump went to UPenn. She knew that. And you saw that he was unable to not respond and not even get on message because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that was the thing that stood out to me in the debate. Like, how is it that he doesn't resist it?
It's incredible, and it's also, again, to your point earlier, how is this attracting the voters in the middle? How is he going to win with this strategy? Because it's not attracting any of these undecided voters that are in the middle that are going to decide this election. All he's doing is riling up his base and inciting violence in horrible rhetoric.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, look, his base is enthusiastic about voting for him again. There's no doubt about that. The numbers are there. They're ideologues, though. When you're looking at the folks in the middle, they're not necessarily tied to a particular candidate's ideology. They want some objectivity. They want to see how you're going to guide the country forward based upon their concerns. That has to be the answer coming from Trump, and he's just not doing that as effectively as he could have. Even during that debate, there were a ton of moments he could have gone after the vice president on a lot of issues. And I was surprised by the fact that he just couldn't quite get it across the finish line.
Yeah.